Anyway, good morning, Internet. Today is the first day of summer school. How come no one looks at each other anymore? What's up with that? I know I'm wearing a mask and stuff, but helmet, whatever. Anyway, today is the first day of summer school. And I am a bus driver, so I will go and I'm going to go get a breakfast burrito from the gas station. They make killed breakfast burritos. They're not like those stupid deep fried things. They're proper. It's proper breakfast. They got the brie meat burrito. It's got I want to say there's 2 fried eggs in it. Minimum 1 fried egg. 3 or 4 pieces of sausage, some bacon, and ham. JoJo. Or tomato or potato wedges. Yeah, potato wedges. JoJo. Oh man, that's good. Throw some freaking dang tapatio on that motherfucker. God damn, you got yourself a good eats right there. Sometimes, now the tapatio, it's not exactly spicy. I don't think it's too spicy, but it like, I don't know, it does something to my tongue. So I don't like it all the time. So I'll grab a thing, it's like 2 things of tapatio, maybe 3. They're little individual serving packets. I'll grab 2 or 3 of those, but I'll also grab just a normal little salsa packet, which I don't really care for those too much. Give me a freaking whiner. But they're just not, I don't know, they just seem like they're too white. Too white people. Also. It's just basically tomato with water and maybe a green pepper. So it's not the greatest thing, in my opinion. So we're gonna grab one meal. We're gonna grab ourselves a I don't know, Rockstar. Some sort of little energy drink, maybe a C4. I like those. Grab one for the old lady as well, and a water because my hydration this morning has been subpar. I've been up for about an hour. Had about a half an hour worth of poop. And then, just hung out on the computer, clicked a couple of things, typed a couple of words. It's a tiny bit chilly. I'm just a tiny bit chilly right now. Which is funny because it's 66 or something like that. And a month or 2 ago, 66 would have been freaking warm right now. But now it'll be 100 today, 99 yesterday, 97 the day before, 99 today, 100 today, 102 tomorrow, and then it's supposed to by Wednesday start to cool off, but I don't want to jinx it too much. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't had to get up that early in quite a while. I don't have to get up at 5. I could get up at 6. I think I might. Because I love sleep. I love to sleep. But since we had a death at work, not one of our coworkers, but one in their family. So they're going to, I would imagine, be out. They died yesterday, so they'd be out for quite a while. I wouldn't come into work. Fuck you. What do you do? What do you do when your husband dies? Wife dies? I don't know. I can't imagine what that's like. You go home and it's just like, what's the point anymore? So I'm going in a little bit early due to that, just to see if there's anything I can do extra, which I know there's probably not. Since one, my route is SPED, special ed, short bus, and I can't carry many children. On top of that, they don't want the general children riding with the special education children, which is some conflict. And I don't have enough room, and I go way out of town. Here's what drives me crazy. I don't know who, was in charge of telling which houses go to which districts, because I'm going to go way east, about 20 minutes. And those kids go not to Malala Elementary School. No. They go to Malino Elementary School, which is 10 minutes north from Malala. The thing is, though, from their house, it's an extra 15 minutes. So it's just 15 minutes extra out of the way. So I don't get that. My normal route, which I go way up into the mountain, it's the foothills. I go way up there. Those kids go to a completely different school. They don't go to Malala, even though they're closer to Malala. Sometimes I think government just doesn't make sense on purpose. You know, if you're a veteran or police officer, county worker, city worker, state worker, you know what I'm talking about. And we know it doesn't make sense, but there's not anything we can do about it. It's just the way it is. Just the way it's always been. Well, fuck that. It's dumb. Can we change it because it's stupid? And besides, who's the freaking genius that implemented whatever this stupid thing is, right? So let's say it's, I don't know, insert random stupid government policy here, right? Who's the idiot that freaking not just said, hey, let's do that and campaigned for it, but signed off on all this shit? What are you doing? Oh my god. What are you doing, bro? Dude, people piss me off. I bet he's one of those guys. Alright. Jump in here. Grab us a breakfast burrito. And I'll hit you up on the way out. Breakfast has been acquired. Man, their burritos are so good. I got the last 3-meat burrito. They got one that's not that great. Edible. It's good. It's good, but it's not it's my last resort. And that's the Southwest burrito. Because it's not, it's how do you, okay. It's got eggs. It's got sausage, it's got JoJo's, but it's got this watery, kind of anemic salsa in it. It's almost like they got salsa del sol, which is the one I was talking about a minute ago. Like that gross tomatoes with water. There's not even cilantro or onion, so it's not even like a pico de gallo. It's what you would imagine white people salsa would be, and they might even still call that spicy. So if I don't have to get that one, I won't get that one. Now they have the country burrito, which if you're trying to get a bunch of freaking damn carbohydrates in you, that's the way to go. It's got, oh my god, it's a broken record. It's got JoJo's in it. But so it's basically the same. It's just not as much meat, and it's got gravy. Got gravy in it. That one's pretty good. They have this one thing, it's called the breakfast bowl in there, and I really wish they would put a freaking dang biscuit in it, but they don't. It's a fried egg, excuse me, fried egg, sausage, bacon, smothered in gravy. And how good would that be if you put a goddamn biscuit in there? Brother, I'm telling you, that would be like the only thing people get there. Well, I'm gonna sit down and eat. I don't know why I didn't get that. It's good. It's super good. And then they got your typical run-of-the-mill gas station stuff. You got those deep fried burritos. You got those torpedoes. Or no, you don't even have torpedoes. But they've got like the fried pizza sticks, and you can buy a bag of JoJo's. And they do fried chicken, and their chicken tenders are pretty good. I haven't had their ranch. There's a place down the road, down the 211 or up it, north of town, about 5 miles maybe. They've got the best ranch around that they make from scratch. So freaking good. Now my wife makes the best ranch of all time, but outside of that, theirs is the best. So yeah, what else? There's a place south on the 213, about 15 miles ish, 10 miles, something like that. It's called the Markham Inn. Oh man, they're good. They got their own pizza oven. They're a fancy little place. They got elk, not year round, depends on availability and supply, but they'll do elk. They have an elk burger. I don't think that I don't know, their elk burger to me is kind of mid. Tight. I'd rather have the beef burger, but the elk burger is pretty freaking dang good. They make this open face sandwich. They called it, I forget what they called it. It's been a couple years since I've been. But they used to have this silly little thing on it. Said, hey, make sure you talk to your freaking doctor, get your blood work done, get your blood pressure and all that before you order this thing, because it's, and what it was, open face sandwich. It was a fried piece of chicken underneath, or no, with, I want to say with bacon, and French fries all on the sandwich, and the sandwich was a piece of Texas toast. It's open face, and smothered in cheese, boy, melted cheese. Oh my god, it was good. But dude, the sodium on that bitch, nah baby, too much. too much. Anyway, here we are, good old bus barn. We're gonna eat this food, see if there's anything we can do to help out around here, and go get our kids. Alright, Internet, so we just finished our first morning route of summer school. Good golly, is it getting hot. So they put this here roundabout in last year, and all over our town's Facebook group, people just complain about it. Before it was a stop sign, and depending on the time of day, this stretch of road here gets extremely busy. So I'm glad they put it in. The issue is that Oregonians do not know how to use a roundabout. Now, Beaverton, Hillsboro, Portland, Gresham, those areas, they've got roundabouts. But here, in the rural areas, they're not a very common spectacle. So people just don't know how to use them, and instead of trying to figure it out, I don't know, maybe Google it, look it up. It's part of your driving test, by the way. Which is why I think people over the age of, I don't know, 55 should just automatically retest every, I don't know, 2 to 5 years. Because, especially with the way technology is advancing, they're just kind of oblivious to some things. Anyway, so, yeah, it's getting hot. It's about 84 at 9:30 in the morning, which, if you're from down south, hey, shut up, I know. 84, that's what it's like when I go to bed. Yeah, I know. I'm from SoCal. I know, I get it. I live in Fresno, I understand. I know heat. But when you're acclimated to the Pacific Northwest, it's going to be 102 today, 104 tomorrow. For us, that is scorching, scorched earth craziness. I'm not used to it. So just keep that in mind. You know, we get shit on a lot for our weather here. It's pretty temperate. It's not that bad. The issue is the vitamin D deficiency that most Oregonians have. They don't get enough sun. And when they do, they burn. So they tend to avoid the sun just because of, you know, they don't, I'm not trying to get skin cancer. I'm not trying to burn. I'm native. I'm half native. I'm like native, Mexican, and then I've got my Welsh in me. So it's a bunch of drinking races all mixed into one. And I don't really burn per se. I do, but I just get a darker shade of like dark red brown. I don't burn like these whites do. Some of these people are translucent during the winter time, and then they turn just pink during the summer. It's crazy. So our summers, yeah, they can be pretty intense for us, because during the winter, which is, you know, for a lot of you, our winters last a long time. It's most of the year, in fact. It's, you know, between 38 and 48, and raining all the time. And it's not like coming down rain. It's coming up rain. It's going side to side rain. It's everywhere rain. It's not. You could call it mist, but it's mist with rain, and it penetrates you. So when I did HVAC during the winter, you know, there's a lot of heat pumps out here in the hills and stuff. They don't have natural gas out there, and so you're outside working on their heat pump, and it's, you know, let's say 40 degrees and raining. Well, you can put on as many warming layers as you want, but that mist will get into your freaking bones, dude. It's in you. It's that humidity. You know how when it's hot and it's humid. Well, let me say it like this: your body, the reason it sweats is to coat your dermis, right, your skin, with water. Sweat, it evaporates off, and that evaporative action is what extracts heat from your skin, in turn lowering your body temperature. Now apply that to the winter. What happens if you are sweating in the winter? Well, you're on a fast track to hypothermia, homie. You know what I'm saying? You're on the fast track to hypothermia. It could be summertime, you can get hypothermia. Now, I bring that up because of the water thing. There's so much water, it's so humid that it gets on your skin, and it's windy. Like I said, you could wear all the layers you want, it's gonna get in there. Next thing you know, you're basically damp in 40-degree weather, right? Your clothes get wet. You know, not just wet, like with rain. I mean, like, it gets in there. Let's say you're wearing a raincoat. It can still get in. So, anyway, it's like that for most of the year. Overcast, which I think that's why I think it's kind of silly that we have so many solar farms out here. It's ridiculous. Now, a lot of people will say, well, solar farms are better than the dams. Well, I mean, there's just two evils, you know? I wouldn't even say one's lesser than the other, because a dam can put out a pretty solid amount of power pretty consistently, whereas your solar farm, your solar array, can only really extract energy when the sun is out. So today, blue skies, little bit of smog. And I think that's just from, you know, people lighting fires all over. There might be a wildfire here and there, but right now they're going to get pretty good results with their solar array. Most of the time here in Oregon, though, it's overcast, you know, or just downright cloud. It's just cloudy. There will be days, it'll go on for days, where it's like dusk all day. It's dark all day and raining all day, which is why so much moss grows here. Just constant. My buddy from Nebraska was saying, he was kind of remarking on how the whole time he was here it was wet. It didn't stop raining the whole time he was here. He was here for a week. And so I kept up with him on the weather. Since he left, it was about 9 weeks after he left. On that 9th week, we had our first day of no rain. So put that in your pocket, you know. I know we get snow from time to time, and people freak out. Ooh. And people say to us, "Oh, well, out here in you know, New Hampshire, we get 12 inches. That's nothing. 12 inches of snow. That's a Sunday morning." Yeah, but what happens out here is we'll get that snow, and then we get that freezing fog on top of it, and that usually comes with freezing rain. Like last winter, this whole road, it was a solid sheet of ice, at least this thick. And I'm not talking like ice, I'm talking like ice rink sheen, smooth. You could have hockey players come out here and do a whole game on the thing. It would shut the world down. Now, I was able to get out. I got my truck. I'd like to get some ice tires for this, for the Grom. But yeah, so that's what happens to us. So yeah, is it for the most part pretty temperate? Yeah, it's all right. As long as you can stay dry, you're fine. You'll be all right. But we're humans. We like to complain. Everyone likes to complain, especially in the 21st century. That's what we do. If we ain't bitching and moaning, we ain't. I don't know. We ain't aloneing. I don't know. So anyway, so here we are, complaining about the weather. Now, when I lived down in Fresno, Clovis, 100 degrees. Dude, that was all of the latter half of July and almost all of August, if my memory serves. And it would jump up to 110. And I know you guys down there in Tucson understand what I'm talking about. When that heat bounces off the asphalt, bro, you're walking on, like, that's why, let's talk about dogs. People who walk their dogs on the asphalt in the summertime, shame on you. Shame on you. But 200 degrees. And they will burn their pads, and it is not a pretty thing. Either get shoes for their paws, or take them out in the morning if you must hit the blacktop. Even the concrete can be hot. So keep that in mind. Your dog's pads will burn. Look it up. I encourage you to do a little bit of research. If you don't believe me, look it up. How hot can asphalt get under the sun? It's almost like inside of a car. You wouldn't leave your baby inside your car. Even on a 70 degree, 60 degree day, the inside of your car can hit 90 degrees, 100 degrees with no wind. Even with the windows cracked, it's hot, bro. So either leave someone with the baby, with the air conditioning on in your car, or just bring the baby with you. Just bring them with you. Don't be lazy. That's your freaking child. That's your blood. Take care of your little baby. Take them into Walgreens with you. It's only 5 minutes. Exactly. It's only 5 minutes. But in that 5 minutes, that internal temperature of that car will skyrocket. Even when you put up one of those